We saw a teacher who is disappointed or sad, questioning them why it was raised. Come back to Mark chapter 6, 7.
And began to send them out 2 by 2, and gave them power over unclean spirits. He commanded them to take nothing for the journey except a staff, no bag, no bread, no copper in their money belts.
Okay. 13th verse.
And they cast out many demons and anointed with oil many who were sick and healed them.
30th verse.
Then the apostles gathered to Jesus and told him all things, both what they had done and what they had taught.
Okay. Now, they were sent with authority to perform miracles. They had done many miracles, performed many miracles. And they came back and reported many things have happened. Sick are healed, demons are cast out, blind are opening their eyes, even raising the dead. Many things would have happened. Then, suddenly they went for a retreat because they were very tired. He said, come apart. They went to a lonely place, but immediately people gathered there. 36.
Send the people away so they can go to the surrounding countryside and villages and buy themselves something to eat.
37.
But he answered, you give them something to eat.
Yes, you gave them something to eat. What is the Lord expecting them to do now?
Something to eat.
A miracle. He is expecting them to do the miracle. Give something to eat. But what is the answer they gave? Continue. 37.
But he answered and said to them, you give them something to eat. And they said to him, shall we go and buy 200 denarii worth of bread and give them something to eat?
From the miracles they performed, what did they understand? The one who sent them is who? Did they understand is the Son of God? He is the one who is telling them now, give them something to eat. They say, how can it happen? How can it happen? They understood something about this person? No. They didn't understand anything. Doubts and questions come. How can? Now, the miracle is performed. Can you imagine how this miracle would have happened? Means, how the bread would have been distributed and what would have been the conversation between the disciples. Can you imagine if some of you were the disciples? Can you live that miracle? You are there. Yes, you are Matthew, you are Peter, John. What conversation would have happened between? Can you imagine? Have you ever imagined about the miracles? No, you have to read only, you should not imagine. What conversation would have happened between them? This is the element of no surprises there. Now they are distributing what would have happened. Then? It's getting multiplied. What? Come on, imagine. It's a time.
Where is he giving all this? Where is he giving all this?
Okay.
How is it coming?
Okay. Any other?
And how am I giving? Because my hands are also, I'm also getting this. And how am I giving?
You opened your purse and gave all the money in your purse. Then you found more, 10,000, 20,000 remaining. What will happen? What will happen? No, there is no surprise element in reading this, no? Sat down in the group.
What do we do with the remaining?
Now, while they were distributing, if you were serving from a plate, from a vessel to people, and when you served completely, it has emptied the vessel. Suddenly you saw it is full again. The vessel will drop from your hand, no? What? What will you say to her? Robin? Because you don't believe that it will happen. Did you believe that it happened? How it would have multiplied? While they were giving it more bread in their hand, or in the basket it multiplied, how it would have multiplied?
They were holding it in their hands.
They usually carried things in baskets, so they would have had baskets. Boat was there. They usually carry baskets. So the baskets were there. Okay, leave that problem. What they would have thought about this man now, this man who performed miracles. We doubted him. Now, what they would have said? Really he is? Then read 652. They didn't understand anything. I further imagine disciples were sent with these 12 baskets. Peter took one basket of bread to home. How he would have explained it to the wife?
We got it free.
She will believe it?
You won't understand.
You went for some wedding and bring it back, now you are telling this.
At home you are bringing out. Where did you go?
So finally argument goes on, she doesn't believe, he would have said, okay, they would have said, we will never doubt this man. And it is very difficult to make another person understand the miracle has happened in your life. He will all say it is all natural. That's why you need to think about all these things. Difficulty. Now, few days later, 8th chapter, he is asking them to give food for 4,000 now. 4th verse.
His disciples answered, "But where in this remote place can anyone get enough bread to feed them?"
Did they learn anything from the previous one? Again the doubt, again the question, again sarcasm. How can it ever happen? Do you learn anything from this for your life? What? Now, 4,000 are fed. 14 and 15, 16.
Now the disciples had forgotten to take bread, and they did not have more than one loaf with them in the boat. Then he charged them, saying, "Take heed, beware of the leaven of the Pharisees and the leaven of Herod." And they reasoned among themselves, saying, "It is because we have no bread."
Now what's the problem? One bread and 13 people are there. What is the question inside the boat? How will we manage now with one bread? 13 people are there. Now the Lord says, beware of the yeast of the Pharisees. Indirectly he is telling us we didn't bring bread. That is the point at which the Lord reminded them what all happened in their life so far. The 9 questions came after that. 5,000, 4,000, now 13 with one bread. 5,000, how many bread? 5. 4,000? So look at the proportion. Did they learn anything from this? So he is asking, what did you learn?